Okay, that's half an hour gone by. We're going to fit the bore guide into the rifle. The action here, it just slides in, and this brass screw locks down into the recess in the stock and the action. And if you need to adjust it for different actions, you just loosen the screw here and slide it back and forth. All you've got to do is make sure that the slot here, can't really see that, but the slot is facing up. So let's do it. Okay, I've got my cleaning rod here, and because I'm lazy, I've got these Pro Shot patches. I need a few of those. I'm getting to a stage where I don't want hassle, so I'd rather buy them than make them. That's all we do here. Now this is the most important one because we're going through the bore with the foam in. So I just get the patch on the end here. Hold the guide, push the rod through. Now I don't bring it back again. Get rid of my plastic bag. That'll do another turn, and we'll have a look at this patch. Now you can see it's not too blue, but there's a blue tinge to this patch. So the foam has removed the copper. You can probably see better from the back here. And there's interesting a few little bits of brass that it's picked up. Okay, so we'll put another one through. Just some slight dirt on there, but nothing serious. Do one more. Trivial really, and that's it. 3 patches. So the first one showed you the extent of the copper because it was slightly blue, and the rest just came out a little bit dirty. So what I'm going to do is take this out now and just do the action. Here I'm going to use my curved archery forceps. I won't waste that patch because that's for the last stage. Now I've got some patches here, some Tetra gun patches, and these were too big for my 2.2 because the Jag was too big or something like that. So I use them just as little patches. Now you don't want to scrape steel around your lugs, but you go in the action here, push the patch against, and then you can see some of the muck I've got rid of there. I do that again, because you do find that in the recesses, which I think you can buy special Remington cleaning kits for that, but these are very useful for other jobs. So I'm just going to go around inside here. I can see the chamber and clean out the recesses. There we go. There's quite a bit of crap on there, little bits of brass, That should do. Now finally, we're going to just clean the chamber. And I've got these, I'll show you in a second, these, you see them in all gun shops, they come on a roll and you cut them off as you need them. But I just wrap one round the jag here, nice and tight, push it into the chamber so, and turn like this, a few turns, and then hopefully it comes out, and you can see hardly anything on there. So that's it, that's the rifle clean. Now the last stage is, it doesn't matter if I'm going to use this rifle next week, next month, I always finish off by running an oil patch up. And this is where the recess comes in handy. You've got some Parker Howe Express gun oil. Now you put the rod in here so that you can see the patch through the gap and cut the slot cut in the top here. Run some oil in turn. And then push that through slowly. And that's the bore oiled. Take that out. Okay, so that's cleaned our bore. Now take the rifle out of the bench here. This is by the way, this is a really cheap workbench that I bought in a do-it-yourself store. I mean, it was ridiculously cheap, and it looks it. But if you put a nice towel on it, it makes a reasonable tool for doing this sort of work. Right, okay. Lastly, a little drop of break free, and you can use your forceps again with this. Take a clean patch here, bunch it up, clip it up there, a little bit of break free on there, and run that in the bolt guides here. That's it. Now we're going to fit our bolt, which we previously lubed with brake free. That's smooth as butter. Now when I've done that, I always check basic things: safety on, safety off, on, off, on. And I don't try not to dry fire my rifle too much, so you probably know this technique. You lift the bolt, pull the trigger, drop the bolt, and that puts the pin forward. Now lastly, just go back to my hex wrenches. Now if you read all the books about shooting, sniping, it's always check your kit before you go on the range. Now I know I've been guilty, as probably everyone has, of not bothering and then finding my scope fittings of my rings are loose, scopes rattling about, and in one case I got back to clean my rifle and the whole rifle action and barrel was loose in the stock. So I've torqued those up, so I won't show you that bit, but just use your wrenches and check all your fittings. I'll get the right one in a minute. That's better. Don't actually tighten them any more than they are already, but make sure they are tight. And that's what I do to all my scope fittings here. And another one to check is the turrets. I've had the occasion where I've gone to adjust my elevation and the turret's just turned because these grub screws in here have come loose. Again, I've got to get the right key here. No, oh God, here we go. Right, so that one there. And just check your turrets. Because under recoil, you can bet your boots that stuff will loosen up. So I always check. And then I don't have to worry about it when I put my rifle in the bag to go shooting the next time. There we are. Don't normally check these. These are rock solid. And that's how I clean my 308. Thanks for watching.